Hello grade 8 students. Today I am going to do year-end evaluation 2018 Department of Education Western Province paper. So you get 2 hours for the whole paper. So there are 2 parts in your paper, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 you get 20 short questions and each question you get 2 marks. And what about part 2? You get 7 questions. So let's look at part 1. First page you get 1 to 6. Next page 7 to 14. Then you get 15 to 20. Then part 2. Part 2 you have to answer the first question and it's 16 marks. And then you can select any other 4 questions, each question worth 11 marks. So in this paper you get question number 1, 2, 3 and the next page 4, 5, 6 and 6 part B and 7 in the last page. So let's do this paper now. Let's take question number 1. General term of a number pattern is 6n plus 3. Find the 8th term. So n equals 8. Nth term means n. 8th term means n equals 8. So you have to just substitute n equals 8 there. So 8th term is equal to 6 times 8 plus 3. According to Bodmer's multiplication first. 8 times 6, 48 plus 3, 51. So you get 2 marks for each question. Question number 2. Find the perimeter of the given figure. So these 3 sides are equal. So this is 3 centimeters then. These 2 sides are equal. So this is 7 centimeters. And here these 2 lengths are equal. That means 3 centimeters. So perimeter means only the outer length. So perimeter is equal to 7 and 7, 14. How many 3s? 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3. So you get 14 and 3 times 3, 9. 23 centimeters is the perimeter of this figure. So you get 2 marks. Question number 3. According to the figure, name a pair of complementary angles. So what are complementary? Adds up to 90 degrees, 80 with 10, 60 with 30. So can you see this is 90? So this means 90 as well. So these 2 are complementary. Adds up to 90 degrees. So what are the 2 angles? ABE angle and EBD angle. This angle and this angle adds up to 90 degrees. That's called complementary. So you get 2 marks there. Question number 4. Find the value of -3, plus and plus 5. Plus and plus, you get plus. Now we have to take -3 plus 5. 5 minus 3, you get plus 2. You don't need to write plus. Positive numbers, just you can write down the number. So 2. 2 marks for that. Question number 5. Remove brackets of 2a, a plus 3. How you do that? You have to multiply each term by the outside number. 2a into a, 2a squared. 2a into 3, 3 times 2, you get 6, 6a. So you get 2 marks. Question number 6. In a regular octahedron, find the number of edges. So what's the octahedron? 8 faces are there. So we'll draw like this. All sides are equal. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get down also. So this is the regular octahedron. So you get 8 faces. So how many edges are there? So you can just add it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we missed out 1. What about this one? 12. So 12 edges are there. Find number of vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 vertices are there. So we'll check whether it's correct. We know vertices plus faces is edges plus 2. Faces 8. 8 and vertices 6. Edges is 12. 12 plus 2. So that's correct. 14 for both sides. So you get 1 mark for each part. Question number 7. Find the highest common factor of 2ab, 4bc, and 6by. So you can write down the prime factors. 2 times a times b, that's 2ab. 4, you can write 2 times 2. And then b and c. 6by, you can write 2 times 3. by. Now, to find out the highest common factor, you are taking only the common ones. 2 is common. And can you see b is also common? So that's only 2b. Other terms are not common. So the highest common factor is 2b. You get 2 marks. Question number 8. Write down 2 digits in the units place which does not represent a square number. So what are square numbers? 1 squared, 1. 2 squared, 4. 3 squared, 9. 4 squared, 16. 5 squared, 25. 6 squared, 36. 7 squared, 49. 8 squared, 64. 9 squared, 81. And 10 squared, 100. Just look at the digits, last digits. You get 0. You get 1. But 2 is not there. So 2 is one of the digits that it's not represent square numbers. 3 also you can write. 4 is there. 5, 6 and 7 is not there. Another number is 7. So you can write 2, 7 or 2, 3. Those are the numbers that are not coming for square numbers as the last digit units place. So you get 2 marks there. Question number 9. Convert 1.25 tons to kilograms. What's the relationship? 1000 kilograms is 1 ton. So that means you have to multiply by 1000. 1.25 multiplied by 1000. You get the value in kilograms. So move the decimal place. 1, 2, 3. 1250 kilograms. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 10. B is situated 50 meters from south, 60 degrees east. Sketch the above information. So how you sketch it? So you have to first mark the main directions. North, south, east, west. Now we have to think about this. South, from south, 60 degrees to east side. So that means this way. So this angle is 60 degrees. And what's the distance? 50 meters. So this distance is 50 meters. B is situated. So this is the point B. So you get 2 marks for sketching, marking the angle as well as marking the distance. 2 marks. Question number 11. Write down the number of rotational symmetry for square and regular hexagon. So square. All sides are equal. So how many rotational symmetry is there? So you get 4 as the rotational symmetry. So we have to rotate 360 degrees, and when you do that, you get the same shape 4 times. That's called rotational symmetry. So 4 is the rotational number of rotational symmetry. Regular hexagon. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-sided one. All sides are equal. That means when you rotate 360 degrees 6 times, you are getting the same shape. So 6. So you get 2 marks for that. 1 each. Question number 12. Find the value of A. Sum of angles in a triangle adds up to 180. So you can write 3A plus 4A plus 2A is 180 degrees. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 2, 9A equals 180. Divide both sides by 9 because we need only A. 180 divided by 9, you get 20 degrees. So A is 20. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 13. Multiply and give the answer in the simplified form. 1 over 6 into 4. So you can divide by 2. Divide by 2, you get 2 here. Divide by 2, you get 3. So that means you are getting 2 times 1 is 2. 3 is there. 2/3. That's the simplified form. Question number 14. Write down the reciprocal of this mixed number. Reciprocal means taking upside down. Numerator goes to the denominator. Denominator comes to the numerator. Now, this is a mixed number. So, first you have to convert to improper fractions. So, 1 2/3 is same as 3 times 1, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 over 3 as an improper fraction. Now, take the reciprocal. So, reciprocal of 5 over 3 is 3 goes up, 5 goes down. So, 3 over 5. So, you get 2 marks for that. Question number 15. Write 16a squared as a power of a product. 16 is what? You can write 4 and 4. 4 times 4, a times a. 16a squared. So again you can write 4 squared and a squared. So same power, you can put that outside. You can write 4a whole thing squared. So 4a whole thing squared means 4a into 4a. That becomes 16a squared. 2 marks. Question number 16. If AB ratio is 3 to 4, B to C ratio is 8 to 5. You are asked to find out A to B to C. So this one you have to find out the common one. 4 and 8, lowest common multiple, that's 8. Then you can write down the other two numbers. 8, that means this is 5. This one you have to multiply by 2. 2 times 3, 6. So what's the ratio A to B to C? 6 to 8 to 5. 2 marks you are getting. Question number 17. Solve. 2y minus 1 equals 7. So you need to find out the y value. Take minus 1 to the other side. You get 7 plus 1. The sign changes when you take it to the other side. Then 8 is 2y. Divide both sides by 2. Y becomes 8 divided by 2. That's 4. So you get 2 marks. Question number 18. Convert 35% to a fraction in its lowest term. So what is 35% means? The fraction out of 100. So 35 over 100. Now try to simplify. You can divide by 5. 5 times 7, 5 times 20. So that's the lowest term or simplified term. So you get 2 marks. Question number 19. If A equals 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, find any number of elements in A. You have to just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next one, write down how you read the below expression. This means belongs to or an element. So here you can say 5 is an element of odd numbers, odd number set. So 5 is an element of odd number set. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark each. Question number 20. That's the last question in part 1. Find the area of the given triangle. 90-degree angle. So right angle triangle. So area is equal to half. You can take base as 4 and the height as perpendicular height as 6.5. 2 times 2, 6.5 into 2, you get 13 centimeters. Centimeter squared because this measured in centimeters. So you get 2 marks. So we did 20 questions in part 1. So let's do part 2 now. Question number 1 in part 2. So you have to answer the first question and another 4 questions in this paper. So this is compulsory to do. Following stem and leaf diagram shows information about mathematics marks obtained by a group of students. Answer the following questions using the stem and leaf diagram. So let's do that. And then part B, you have to construct a triangle. How many students completed this mathematics test? So we have to count how many altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 students completed this mathematics test. Write down the marks represent in third row of this stem and leaf diagram. So what are these numbers? 52, then 55, 56 is there, and 58. Those are the 4 numbers in the third row, because it says 7/3 means 73. Now let's give marks for these two. You are getting 1 mark here and 1 mark for this one, just 2 marks. Part 3, find the mode of these marks. Mode, one which has the highest frequency. Here when you take this one twice is there. That means 67 twice. All the other numbers just once. So that's the mode. 67 is the mode value. Find the median mark. So we know altogether 14 numbers are there. 14 students. So what's the middle one? 14 divided by 2, you get 7. Even number of data points, that means you get 2 middle numbers. So that's 7th one and 8th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these 2 numbers. What are the 2 numbers? 56 and 58. So what is the median? You take the average of the 2 numbers, 56 and 58. Divide by 2. So you get 57 is the median value. What is the range? Range is the difference between the largest number and the smallest number. 79 is the largest, smallest one is 30. 79 minus 30, that's 49. What is the probability of selecting a student who obtained more than 60 marks? So here this is 58. More than means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students got more than 60 marks out of 14. So we'll simplify. 2 times 3, 2 times 7. So that's the probability. So let's give marks. So you are getting 1 mark for 67, 1 mark for 57, another 1 mark, and here 1 mark. So we gave 5 marks or 6 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 marks altogether up to that part. Let's take the next one. Part B. Using only straight edge and pair of compass, construct the triangle ABC, where AB is 7, BC is 6 and AC 10. So let's do that now. First you can draw a line segment. And then you can take the compass and the ruler. We need to measure lengths. AB 7. We'll take AC 10. First we'll take 10 centimeter length. And we'll mark it first. 10 centimeters. Then, so this is AC, 10 centimeters. AB 7. So we need 7 now. 7, that's AB. So here you have to keep the compass on top of A now. And you can draw an arc. BC is 6. Now we have to measure 6 centimeter length. 6 centimeters, that's BC. So from C, you can mark 6 centimeter length. So this is the B point. Intersecting point is B. So here we can now connect the points. AB, BC. So we'll mark AB 7 centimeters. This is 6 centimeters. So that's the first part. Below measurements are 3 lengths of a triangle measured in centimeters. What is the maximum whole number that A can take? 7A5. What's the condition? To construct a triangle, the sum of 2 lengths should be greater than the other length. So we'll take 7 and 5. So 7 plus 5 should be greater than the third side, A. So that means 7 plus 5, 12 is greater than A. Or you can write A is less than 12. You can't take 12. Any length less than that. But what's the other condition? What's the lowest number? So we can write A plus 5. If you take the other 2 lengths, A plus 5 should be greater than 7. So that means A is greater than 2. So any number more than 2 and less than 12. So they are asking the maximum value. So what's the maximum? Maximum whole number. That's 11 centimeters. Because all these measurements measured in centimeters. So how many marks for these 2 parts? You are getting 5 marks for this construction. And 5 marks for finding the length. So we gave 6 marks before and this 10. First question, you can get 16 marks. Now let's take the other question. Question number 2. So fractions are there, decimals, simplification. So multiplication, division is there. So we'll take the first part. Three 3/4 into 1/5. We'll first convert to improper fraction. 4 times 3, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. This one, 5 times 1, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. Now simplify. Numerator with denominator. 2 times 2, 2 times 3. 5 times 1, 5 times 3. Now multiply the numerator separately. 3 times 3, 9. 2 times 1, 2. That's 9/2. 2 times 4, 8. 1 remaining. 4 and another half. Let's take part 2. 2 and 2/5 divide by 2 and 1/7. Convert to improper fractions. 5 times 2, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. 12/5. Divide by 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15/7. Then what you do? You write down the first fraction as it is and convert the next one as the reciprocal. So multiplication comes here, 7/15. Taking the reciprocal. Now multiply. First you can simplify. Divide by 3. That's 4. 3 times 5. That's all you can do. 7 times 4, 28. 5 times 5, 25. So this is an improper fraction. We can write as mixed number. How many 25s for 28? That's 1. 3 remaining out of 25. So 1 and 3/25. So how many marks for that? 3 marks for this part and 3 marks for this. So 6 marks. Part 3. 6 divided by 0.12. I want to write like this. So here we have to get rid of decimals in the divisor. So what we can do, multiply this by 100. So do the same thing to the numerator. You get 600 divided by 12. So 12 times 5. 12 times 6, 72. 12 times 5, 60. So what's the answer? 50. Part 4. 16.8 into 0.07. Ignore decimals. First multiply. 168 into 7. 7 times 8, 56. 5 remaining. 7 times 6, 42. Plus 5, 47. 4 remaining. 7 times 1, 7 plus 4, 11. That's the multiplication. Then what you do? You keep the decimal places 1, 2, 3 in total. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 1.176. So how many marks for that? You are getting 3 marks here. 2 marks here. So 5 and 6, 11 marks for all the other questions. Question number 3. So we'll do it separately. You get 3 parts. Monthly salary of a person is 42,000. The amount he spent for food and other expenses are 3:2 ratio. Find the amounts spent for food and other expenses separately. So what's the total parts? 3 plus 2, 5. 5 parts are there. So that means out of 5, 3 parts for food, 2 parts for other expenses. So we can find out for food 42,000 into out of 5, 3 parts are there. 5 times 8, 40. For 20, that's 4. Now multiply by 3. 0, 0. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 8, 24 plus 1, 25. So the answer is 25,200 rupees for food. So what's the other expenses? You can just subtract from total, or you can find out 42,000 into 2/5. So same thing, you are getting 8,400 into 2 now. 0, 0, 8 and 60. So 16,800 rupees. So how many marks? 25,200 and 16,800. You get 2 marks each. 4 marks for this part. So let's take the next one. Next month's salary has increased by 5% and expenses for food has increased by 10%. Find his next month's salary. So we can find out 5% of that and add it to the previous one. So increased amount, % of 42,000. So you get 2,100 rupees. So what's the new salary? Next month new salary is 42,000 plus 2,100. 44,100 rupees. What is the percentage reduced of other expenses compared to previous month? So we have to find out the other expenses to find out the reduced amount. So it says food has increased by 10%. So we'll first find the value for food. So we can straight away find out that value. If it's increased by 10%, you can find out 110% value. So for food, 110 over 100 into 42,000. No, not the value for that. So we have to find out what's the value we got for food. For food, we got 25,200. 25,200. Or you can find out the 10% value and add it. 2 zeros. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 5, 55 plus 2, 57. 11 times 2, 22 plus 5, 27. Now the new value is here. So what is the value for other expenses now? New salary is 44,100 and then subtract 27,720. That's for the other expenses. 8, 3, 6, 1. So 16,380. Now what's the reduced amount now? Before 16,800. So reduced amount $16,800 minus 16,380. 420 rupees. Then you need the percentage reduced. So what is the percentage reduced? The reduced amount 420 and the initial value. Previous month's value is 16,800 into 100%. We can cross out these 2 zeros. Divide by 4. 4 times 4, 4 times 2. 4 times 1 and 4 times 5. Now we can divide by 3. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 4. 3 times 3, 9 and 5. 3 times 5, 15. Then 7. 7 times 2, 7 times 5. 5 divided by 2. That's 2.5%. So that's the percentage reduced. So how many marks for this one? That's 4 marks. So 4 marks for this part. And what about second part? Second part, you are getting 3 marks. So we gave 4 before, 3, 7, and then 4 marks for this one. 2.5. 4 marks. So then you get 11 marks. 11 marks for each question. Question number 4. You get part A and part B. Let's do it separately. Solve. Half 3 minus 2a minus 1 equals 5. First thing you have to do, take minus 1 to the other side. Half 3 minus 2a becomes 5 plus 1. That's 6. Now what's the next step you can do? Multiply both sides by 2 because we need to get rid of this denominator. Then you get 3 minus 2a equals 6 times 2, 12. Now take 3 to the other side. Minus 2a is equal to 12 minus 3. That's 9. Then divide both sides by minus 2. So you get a equals 9 divided by 2, 4.5. But this is minus 4.5. Because plus and minus becomes minus. So how many marks for this one? 3 marks. Part B. Draw a Cartesian plane where x-axis and y-axis are marked from minus 5 to 5. So let's do that first. We take minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0. So we'll start from here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is the y-axis. So we'll first draw the y-axis. This is the y-axis. So here we can start from plus 5. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So now this is the x-axis. The x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this side minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and minus 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So first you have to mark that. Minus 5 to plus 5, both sides. Then mark the points on the Cartesian plane that you have drawn. A equals 4, 3. X first, 4, 3. So this is A. B, 2, 0. This point. 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3. That's C. Minus 2 minus 3. Minus 2 minus 3. That's D. Minus 2, 3 is E. Those are the points. Connect the points in order to get a closed figure starting from A, B, C, D, E, and you have to connect this also to get a closed figure. So that's the closed figure you are getting. Write down the coordinates of a point on the axis of symmetry of the closed plane figure that has obtained. So you have to write down any point, coordinates of any point. Okay. So when you take that, so this is the axis of symmetry. This line. This line is the axis of symmetry. Then any point on that line you can write. I'll take this one. 0, 0. Origin is on the axis of symmetry. So how many marks for that? You are getting 2 marks for adjusting the scale, both x and y. Then 5 marks for marking the points and connecting. And 1 mark for writing down any coordinate point. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And the previous question we gave 3. 8 plus 3, 11 marks. Let's take question number 5. So you have given 2 triangles. So let's do that. Find the length represented by h. Perpendicular height to the base 25. So we can use the area formula to find out the h value. Same triangle, when you take any base with the perpendicular height, the area is the same. So if you take this is as the base and 15 as the height, what's the area? Half times 20 times 15. But we know if you take 25 as the base, h is the height. So half times 25 times h. So half get cancelled out. So what's h? 20 into 15 divided by 25. 5 times 4, 5 times 5, 5 times 3 here. 4 times 3, 12. So this is in centimeters, 12 centimeters. How many marks for this part? You get 3 marks. Part B. A cuboidal shaped tank has base length 2 meters and width is 1.5 meters. When 4,500 liters of water poured to the tank, what is the height of water? So we need to convert this to centimeters because we know 1000 cubic centimeter is 1 liter. So here length is 200, width is 150. Convert to centimeters. So the volume becomes 200 into 150 into height. Height we don't know. That's equal to 4,500 liters. 4,500 into 1,000 because we need to convert to cubic centimeters. So easily you can find h. What's h? 4,500 into 1,000 divide by 200 and 150. 2 zeros. This 0 with this one. 2 times 50. 5 times 3, 5 times 10. 3 times 15 is 45. 15 times 10, that's 150 centimeters. So you can write either 150 centimeters or divide by 100 and write 101.5 meters is the height. 3 marks for that. Part C. Following is a sketch of ABC triangular shaped land. To draw the scale diagram, 1 to 2500 scale is used. What are the scale lengths of each side? You don't have to draw this. You have to give the scale length. 1 to 2500 means 1 centimeter represents 2500 centimeters. So divide by 100, that's 25 meters is 1 centimeter. That's the scale. So how you represent AB length? AB length 75 meters. Divide by 25, that's 3 centimeters. So because you have to find out the scale length. Now take AC length. That's 100. 100 divided by 25, you get 4. That's 4 centimeters. What about BC length? And 25 divided by 25. That's 5. So 5 centimeters. So we found out all 3 lengths. So how many marks? 5 marks for that. So 2 marks for the scale and 1 each. So we give all together 11. 5, 3, 8, and 311. Question number 6. You have two parts, A and B. Choose the suitable words from the brackets to fill the blanks and only write down the suitable word with the question number in your answer sheet. So put part 1 and just write down the answer. Part 2, just the answer. The part separated by a chord and the arc of the circle is called. So that means basically something like this. What's that? A segment. So this is segment. The part separated by 2 radii. So if this is the center, 2 radii and arc of the circle. This one. That's a sector. So sector here. So those are the 2 answers. So how many marks for that? Those 2? 2 marks. 1, 1. Construct a circle with 5 centimeter radius. Draw a minor segment in the circle and shade it. So you have to take the ruler and the compass because we need to measure 5 centimeter length. Measure 5 centimeter and then you can draw the circle. And what it says, construct the circle, draw a minor segment in the circle and shade it. Now we can shade the minor segment. Shade the minor segment. So this part. So how many marks for part B? You are getting 4 marks. Part C, find the values of x and y. You have to refer the diagram given, x and y. So you have to look at carefully. This is 90 given, so this is 90. So y is here. Now see, this is 30. This is same as this one, that's 30. Opposite angles are equal. If this is 30, what's y? The sum of angles in a triangle adds up to 180. So 90 minus 30, that's 60. So first we'll write down 90 plus 30 plus y is 180. That's sum of angles in a triangle. So here 120 plus y equals 180. So what's y? 180 minus 120. 60 degrees. That's y. We need to find x as well. So where's x? X is here. How we find out x? So this is 60. So this is also 60. Then this is 60. This is 100. This one is 100. 100 and 60. So this becomes 20. 180 minus 100. 160. If this is 20, this is 60, this is 40. Because this becomes 120 here. 180 minus 60, 120. So 120 is there. This 20, 140. This should be 40. Now we can easily find out the x angle. This whole thing is 180. Straight angle. So 30 plus 40, 30 plus 40 is, and we'll write x also. That's equal to 180. So x becomes 180 minus 70. You get 110 degrees. So that's the x value. So how many marks for that one? You are getting, this is part C, 60 and 110, 2 marks. So we'll take part D. What are the regular polygons that can be used for tessellation? What are the regular? Only 3 regular polygons you can use. Square, equilateral triangle, and what's the other one? Regular hexagon. So those are the 3 shapes we can use for tessellation. Regular tessellation. Square, equilateral triangle and hexagon. 3 marks for that. So we gave all together 3 plus 2, 5, 4, 9 and 2, 11 marks. So let's take question number 7. This is the last question. So time zones are there. And we'll do that. What is the special name used for longitude 0? Longitude means this way. Latitudes means this way. So longitude, this way. So when you take the map, you are getting this way. Lines and this way lines. So this is 0 means what? We say Greenwich meridian. So that's called Greenwich meridian. What is the time taken to rotate 1 degree longitude way? 1 degree. So when it comes to full round, that's 360. So what's the time taken to rotate 1 circle? So that's 24 hours. So within a day, it rotates full circle. So 24 hours taken for 360 degrees. So what about 1 degree? 24 divided by 360. We'll write in minutes. You can multiply by 60. Because 60 minutes for 1 hour. 0, 0, 6 times 6. 24 times 6, 4. So that's 4 minutes. How many marks? You are getting 1 mark here and 1 mark for this as well. One mark. So 2 marks there. Part 3. What is the time and date in Sydney if 9:15 p.m. on 2017, 8:15 in Sri Lanka? So when you take the time zones, so this is Greenwich. Sri Lanka is 5.5. Plus 5.5 is in Sri Lanka, and Sydney is plus 10. That means this way you have to. So this is 10. That's Sydney. It says what is the time date in Sydney if 9:15 p.m. This is just given in PM. On 2017, 8:15 in Sri Lanka. Okay, so 9:15 in standard form. What is that? 9 plus 12, 21:15. So this means 21:15. We added 12. This is PM, means after 12 noon. Then what is the difference here? 10 and 5.5, that's 4.5 hours. Difference is there. 4.5 hours difference. So you have to subtract 4.5. So 4.5 means 4:30. Now here, this is towards this side. So that means we have to add it. Add this value. So what you get? 4. 4 plus 1. 5, 25, 45. You can't write like that. So you have to subtract 24 from that. So subtract 24 from that. 24 hours. You get 1:45. That means early morning, next day. So in Sydney, that's 1:45 a.m. next day morning. So what's the date then? 2017, 8, that's August 16th now. So that's the time in Sydney. So 4.5 difference. So when you take 4.5, it becomes the next day 1:45 a.m. So how many marks for this one? You get 3 marks. So 3 marks for that. So how many marks we gave for this part? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take the next one. Write down the total number of triangles in the figure. We'll first find the smaller ones. 1, 2, 3. And the bigger one? That's 3. 2 together, 1, 2. And the full big one, that's 1. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1. 6 triangles are there all together. Then what is the property in adjacent angles? Adjacent angles means next to each other. Angles next to each other. It can be complementary, any angle next to each other. So what are the properties? Common arm is there. Common vertex point is there. And the 2 angles are in both sides of the common arm. Angles are on both sides of common arm. So that should be in both sides. So those are the properties of adjacent angles. So how many marks for this part? You are getting 1 here and 2. So 3 marks. So 5 plus 3, 8. Let's take the last part. ABC is a square. Looks like a rectangle, but it says a square. All sides are equal. ECD is an equilateral triangle. That means all sides are equal. If the area of the square is 36 square centimeters, find the perimeter of the figure. So area is 36, means length into length. We'll put A here. So A squared is 36. So what is 36? 6 times 6. From this you can find out what is A. One side is 6 centimeters. Now easily you can find out the perimeter. What's the perimeter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 A's are there. 5 times 6. That's 30 centimeters. So how many marks? That's 3 marks. So we gave 8, 8 plus 3, 11 marks. So this is the last question in your paper. So make sure that you do all questions within 2 hours and then check your answers by looking at my video.